Attention passionate Philadelphia Eagles fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Philadelphia Eagles' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Philadelphia Eagles fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Philadelphia Eagles fans. Let's get to the news. The Philadelphia Eagles once again are at the center of a whirlwind of drama, passion, and intense competition in the NFL. As they kick off another season, all eyes are on how this team, with its rich history and relentless drive, will navigate the challenges ahead. And folks, if there's one thing we've learned over the years, it's that the Eagles are never short on drama, especially when divisional rivals like the Dallas Cowboys are involved. The recent season opener was no exception, setting the tone for what promises to be a roller coaster of a year. But beyond the scoreboard, what really caught everyone's attention was the focus on discipline, team unity, and resilience in the face of adversity. And trust me, the story behind this game is packed with moments that could redefine the Eagles' season and even shake up the NFC East standing. Now, let's rewind a bit and set the scene for this electrifying game. The rivalry between the Eagles and the Cowboys is one of the most storied in NFL history, filled with unforgettable moments, legendary players, and fierce competition. From the moment the game kicked off, it was clear that both teams were hungry to prove a point. But what stood out more than anything was the intensity and the emotional charge that permeated every play. The Eagles, under head coach Nick Sirianni, have been building a team that emphasizes discipline, focus, and mental toughness. And this game proved that they are willing to fight through chaos, even when things get heated, quite literally. Because, folks, the opening drive was a perfect example of how quickly a game can spiral into controversy and how crucial discipline becomes in these high-stakes moments. Speaking of controversy, the star of the night, Jalen Carter, a young defensive tackle with enormous potential, found himself at the center of a major incident during the first drive. As the game unfolded, a moment occurred that shocked fans and analysts alike. Carter was ejected from the game for spitting on Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott. Now, this isn't something you see every day, and it certainly isn't the kind of behavior that teams want to see from their young stars. It was a clear breach of discipline, and it immediately drew attention not just because of the act itself, but because of its implications for the Eagles' season. The ejection was a blow to their defensive line, which had been expected to play a pivotal role in containing Prescott and the Cowboys' offense. But beyond the immediate impact, it raised larger questions about team discipline, emotional control, and how the Eagles would respond to this setback. And here's where Jalen Hurts, the team's leader on the field and in the locker room, stepped up with poise and maturity. After the game, in his post-game press conference, Hurts addressed the issue of discipline head-on, without explicitly mentioning Carter's incident at first. He emphasized that discipline and focus are fundamental to success in the NFL, especially when starting a new season. "I go back to discipline and focus," Hurts said. "That's what it comes down to when you're replaying this game." And he was right. The first game of the season is always about shaking off rust, adjusting to game speed, and making sure every detail is locked in. It's about protecting the ball, communication, resilience under pressure, and staying disciplined in the chaos. Hurts stressed that as a team, they need to elevate their focus, tighten their execution, and stay united. Because in the NFL, unity and discipline often determine the outcome of close games, and the Eagles have been known for their resilience. Now, here's a crucial point. When asked whether his comments about discipline were a reaction to Carter's ejection, Hurts clarified that he was speaking about the entire team, not just one individual. But he did admit to having a conversation with Carter after the game, emphasizing that they were on the same page. "IV had a conversation with him, and we were on the same page," Hurts said. "I know what type of player he is. Everybody knows what type of player he is, and it's something that we can all learn from. That's leadership right there, folks." Instead of tearing down a young player, Hurts chose to focus on growth, accountability, and unity. That's exactly the mindset that has made the Eagles a formidable team over the last few seasons. Let us not forget, the incident didn't just involve Carter and Prescott. Video footage surfaced showing Prescott spitting on the ground near Carter. The Cowboys quarterback later claimed that his spit wasn't directed at Carter, but was part of a larger misunderstanding. Still, the tension was palpable, and the ejection of Carter was a significant turning point in the game. It was a moment that could have derailed the Eagles' efforts, but they showed resilience. They kept their composure and fought through the adversity, ultimately securing the win in a game that was as much about mental strength as it was about skill. And Carter, ever the professional, took full responsibility for his actions after the game. Speaking to ESPN, the young star said, "It was a mistake that happened on my side, and it just won't happen again. I feel bad for my teammates and the fans out there. I am doing it for them." You have to appreciate that kind of accountability, especially from a player so early in his career. Carter admitted that not being able to start or finish the game was a huge disappointment and that it really affected him emotionally. But he also made a promise it won't happen again. "I can make that promise." That attitude, combined with his talent and potential, makes him a player to watch this season. The Eagles' defensive line will need him firing on all cylinders, and this incident, as unfortunate as it was, might serve as a catalyst for growth and maturity. Now, let us talk a little about the bigger picture here. This game wasn't just about the incident or the final score. It was about the message the Eagles are sending to the league. This team is built on resilience, discipline, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. They've come a long way since their last Super Bowl appearance, and while there is still a lot to prove, the foundation of their success remains solid. The defense, led by players like Jalen Carter and Fletcher Cox, has become one of the league's most formidable units. The offense, with Jalen Hurts leading the charge, continues to evolve, blending power running with precise passing. And the coaching staff, under Nick Sirianni, has shown they are capable of adjusting on the fly, emphasizing mental toughness and discipline. The NFC East is shaping up to be an even more competitive division this year. The Cowboys, Giants, and Commanders have all made moves to improve their rosters, and every game will be a battle. But the Eagles are showing that they are willing to face adversity head-on, whether it is from fierce rivals or internal challenges. The message is clear. They are not just here to compete. They are here to dominate, to defend their title, and to do it with a team that is disciplined, focused, and united. This season could be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and the Eagles are right in the thick of it. And let us not forget, the journey of this team is also marked by their history. From the days of Donovan McNabb to the recent Super Bowl victory in 2018, the Eagles have always been a team that fights through adversity. They've faced heartbreak, setbacks, and controversy, but they always come back stronger. The leadership of Hurts, the emerging talent of Carter, and the strategic acumen of Sirianni make this team a true contender once again. Their fan base, one of the most passionate in the league, is hungry for another championship, and every game adds another chapter to their storied legacy. As we look ahead to the rest of the season, one thing is certain: discipline, resilience, and unity will be the pillars that determine how far this team can go. The incident with Carter might have been a setback, but it is also a learning moment, a reminder that growth often comes from adversity. The Eagles are a team that is built to overcome, to adapt, and to thrive under pressure. With a roster full of talent, a coaching staff that emphasizes mental toughness, and a fan base that is unwavering in their support, they have everything they need to make a deep playoff run. The NFC East will be watching closely, and the league as a whole will be paying attention to how they respond to these early-season challenges. So, fans, as we continue this journey through the NFL season, remember that every game is a story, every play a lesson, and every challenge an opportunity. The Eagles have shown resilience before, and they are poised to do it again. The season is just starting, and the narrative is still being written. Will they rise above the controversy and emerge stronger? Will their discipline and focus become their greatest weapons? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain. The Philadelphia Eagles are a team to watch, and this season promises to be unforgettable. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting the Birds because they are giving us a season full of hope, drama, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. And now, Philadelphia Eagles fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Philadelphia Eagles. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Philadelphia Eagles news.